Greetings and salutations. Greetings and salutations, my friends. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Let us start today off with an affirmation. Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us an affirmation for this Wednesday morning, an affirmation just for us, the collective, for this day. Here we go. We get circle of life, little butterfly and cocoon. All the relationships in my life should bring me peace, happiness, and growth. It is worth analyzing which relationships in my life are not serving me as I serve them. Just like Earth's trees and creatures, my relationships must give and take equally. Namaste, y'all. It's all about balance. It is all about balance. Let's go ahead and throw a sacred oracle card for this Wednesday morning. Give us something to meditate on. Universe, creator, spirit guides, please tell us, what message do you have for us this Wednesday morning? We get meditate, y'all. Number 40. Meditate. Here we go. There you go. Meditate. Drawing this card asks you to create more stillness in your life. Utilize meditation, breath work, and other gentle activities to relieve stress and bring more peace into your entire being. You may need a break from daily duties for clarity. Your current situation may be distracting you, so more quiet time and less attachment are required. Meditate on this symbol or practice this mudra to feel a universal connection within every cell of your body. And the symbol is the Gyan mudra. And that mudra is placing your index finger against your thumb. The Gyan mudra is a powerful hand posture that has been practiced for thousands of years by yogis. It brings peace, calmness, and spiritual progress. It relates to the planet Jupiter and can bring many health benefits for mind, body, and soul with consistent practice. So if you need to bring peace and stillness into your everyday life, practice the Gyan mudra. That's all it is. Your index finger against your thumb, and seek into your meditation. Let go, release. Okay? Be still and invite stillness into your life. Namaste, y'all. All right. Okay, I have got some fantastic questions. So before I even get started, I'm going to start off by begging. If you have questions that you would like answered on this show, I need questions for Friday's live show, y'all. So anything that you would like an answer to from the universe, from tarot, please drop it in the comment section below this video. All right? All right. And for anything dealing with this channel, if you would like a private reading, if you would like to purchase a sachet, a room spray, or a bath bomb, Psychic Tanya 9 at gmail.com. All right? All right, y'all. There we go. Here we go. Let's go ahead and get in on this reading. My first question is from Denny. Denny says, a lot of people are dying of heart problems. Is this linked to the vaccine? To the vaccines? And Denny, I'm gonna say this, okay? And I'm gonna say this. I must say for entertainment purposes, first of all, to protect myself. And the second thing I'm going to say is, Denny, with these vaccines, and because healthcare is such an important aspect of our lives, okay? I am going to say this. As far as vaccines go, and I got to make sure I say the right one because there is one that is not. I'll put it this way. For the COVID vaccine, I took the Moderna vaccine because that's what the universe told me to take. The one that starts with a P, I would not take. Okay? I'll put it that way. And I can only give you that letter because I don't have enough money or anything to fight that company. But you know, there's only one that starts with a P. The company starts with a P. I would avoid that vaccine. Okay? I would avoid that vaccine. And that's all I'm going to say about that. The heart problems are are usually people who are suffering from any type of harm. It's from the vaccine that starts with a P. Okay? The company that starts with a P. So, like I said, I took the Moderna vaccine. I had 6 of them. I'm fine. Okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that because that is touchy, and dangerous territory. And yes, guys, we do need protection from these illnesses that are going around. But this is such a personal issue on everybody's part. And I'm just going to say, just like I said, if you're going to get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you're going to stay away from any vaccine, stay away from the one that begins with a P. All right? All right. Stay away from that one. And that's all I'm going to say about that. All right. My next question. Denny wants to know, was the Constitution compromised with the Patriot Act? No, Denny, the Constitution wasn't compromised because the Patriot Act is an act. It's not a law, it's only an act. It is only an act as long as people want to keep it an act. And this is where we have to understand where our government tricks us because they have us not knowing what's a law, what is uh, common practice or whatever. And they use this to keep us off balance. So, no, the Constitution has not been compromised. The Patriot Act was not written into the Constitution as an amendment, it is only an act, something that somebody is doing right now. So, no. And the Patriot Act actually goes against our Constitution. So, there's that too. But no, our Constitution was not compromised with the Patriot Act. They used the Patriot Act to go around the Constitution. Okay? All right. My next question is from Mildred. This is a personal one. Mildred wants to know who is saying hello to her in her dreams. Universe creator, spirit guides, who is talking? Spirit guides, please help me with this one. Who is speaking to Mildred in her dreams? Who is speaking to Mildred in her dreams? Upside down, too. Okay. Okay. Mildred, I don't know why. I'm getting a female entity. And I don't know if your mother is on the other side, but I feel it's a female, and I feel it's a relative female, somebody who was close to you. If your mother has passed, it may very well be your mother that is uh uh hello. And I kind of feel like it's like that, like it's real close to your ear. Like you can almost feel it on your shoulder, and it's gentle. Hello. If that is it, and your mother has passed, then it is your mother. If your mother hasn't passed, then it is a female relative who was a mother-like entity to you. Um, so if that resonates, uh, but here's the thing, Mildred. Say hello back. Say hello back and sit in silence and ask who it is, or start saying, names of people who have passed on, and see if you get a response. But I feel that it is a female entity. And if it's not your mother, then it was somebody who was motherly to you, or somebody that was nurturing to you. Okay, let me read your cards. Let me find my glasses. I don't know how I lost them, and I haven't moved. Here we go. The first card you got is the Lovers inverted. This says this is disharmony, trust issues, imbalance, conflict, disconnection, lack of accountability, disunion, and detachment. Um, there's a message on the card as well that says, "My personal value system lead me to love." So, with this card being about disharmony and trust issues, that voice that you're hearing, um, this person may have been somebody that you had uh, had disagreements with before they passed, or when they passed, maybe you were on non-speaking terms, or on bad terms with. The second card you get, and it is dealing with that, you get the King of Swords inverted, and this is selfishness, ruthlessness, deviousness, premeditated malice, someone who is overly cautious. So, okay, uh Mildred, the person who is whispering to you in your dreams, you had some type of a conflict with before they passed. It's a female entity. You had you when she passed over, you guys were on some. There was some type of bad blood between you. But I feel like this is a relative, and the hellos are. I feel like it's kind of a somebody trying to make amends. Don't forget me and forgive me. Okay, I'm kind of getting that. So if you had a fight with somebody and they passed, and this could have been a long time ago, they could have passed a long time ago. But if this rings true, then start speaking to this entity, and you can ask for clarity. And if you have names, it's a female. Start saying names and ask if and then sit in silence. And then if they want to let you know who they are, maybe they'll leave you a coin or knock something over when you say their name out loud. But there you go. All right. My next question is from Denny. Denny wants to know, has Ivana's casket been exhumed, and was anything found? I really don't believe, and this is me. Before I draw these cards, I'm going to tell you what I feel inside of me. No, the casket hasn't been exhumed. And if you want to say this was almost a genius move on Donnie Dump Trump's behalf, is that him burying that coffin on his golf course where he did, even though he doesn't care. And there's nothing in the casket, y'all, besides paperwork. What Donnie wants hidden, that's what's inside of there. Ivana's ashes are divided between her children. She has a mausoleum, and parts of her are on all her kids' mantles. Okay, and the rest of her is in her mausoleum that she bought and paid for, so that whoever she wanted to sit there and cry for her could sit there and cry for her. Understand this. What Donnie did was, by burying that empty casket on his golf course, gave him funerary rights, made that into a quote unquote cemetery that helps him with tax purposes. It also, it would take a, a big court order for them to exhume anything out of there. So at this point, no, Denny, I do not believe that they have exhumed uh, Ivana's body. I don't believe that they're going to. Okay, I don't think they are. If it's buried, it's buried. If if nobody can get to it, nobody can get to it. But here's the thing, and here's the thing, because the Saudis are at Bedminster. Okay, so anything that Donnie had, he's already given it to whomever he wanted to. He's not just sitting on documents. Okay, everything that he wanted disseminated, he has disseminated it. Okay, anything else is just some stuff that he wants to hide. But let's go ahead and ask Tara. Tara, answer this question, please. Will the U.S. government, will any court exhume Ivana's casket? Will Ivana's casket at Bedminster be exhumed? Ah, Taro says, yeah, they're going to do it. So it hasn't been done now, but at some point, they will exhume that coffin. Okay? And like I said, Denny, the only thing that's in there is stuff that he wants to hide. All the important stuff, the stuff that he wanted to give away, he already gave away. Um, he couldn't flush or destroy stuff while he was in the White House. Okay, remember that. When he got to Mar-a-Lago and Bedminster, he had full access to shredding machines, to garbage cans. He didn't have to flush 27 times to try to get classified documents out of his possession. Okay? So if he wanted it destroyed, he destroyed it. The things that are in Ivana's casket are things that he wanted hidden. Um, and Taro says yes, that grave will be exhumed. My next question is, why does America have its hands in other countries' affairs? Does the U.S. government want to own the world? Yes, Denny. The U.S. government wants to be the police of the world, even though the U.S. government is one of the most corrupt entities in the world. Again, I need for all my American folks, because if we are living in fantasy, that is part of the problem. Understand, America, number one, is a great big experiment. They, all of this stuff they did to, let's see what happens if we do this to them. Let's see what happens if we do that to them. Okay, let's see how long it will take if we enslave people for them to find their feet again. All of this is a gigantic experiment, and it's at our expense. America wants to be the police of the world. But we are the only country who has ever used a nuclear weapon against anyone else. Even though all the other NATO countries have nuclear capabilities, the United States of America is the only. China hasn't done it. Japan hasn't done it. America is the only. Russia hasn't even done it. Germany didn't do it. America is the only country that dropped a nuclear weapon on civilians of another country. America is the only country that is blowing up the ocean, destroying marine life for no reason. So I'm an American. This is my country. But I cannot placate and say it's okay what our country does to people, because our country has only attacked other people. Okay? History is important. A true recollection of history is important. Remember, the United States of America did not refuse to allow Jewish children, refugees from German internment camps, the United States, with the Statue of Liberty in the harbor, turned those children away, sent them back to Europe. But guess who they did? Guess who we did allow in the country? We would not let one Jewish child into this country, but we allowed hundreds of German Nazi scientists to come into this country and gave them jobs in our government and changed their names and made them immune to the war crimes that they had committed. So, well, I'm saying all of this to say this. Know your history before you start defending a whole bunch of stuff. It's good to know about the place you're talking about. When you know about your country, then you can decide whether you want to defend its actions or not. All right? All right. So, Denny, I hope in all the words that I said, why does America have its hands in other countries' affairs? Because America wants to be the police of the world. America is literally a version of Donald Dump Truck. We go around the world bullying other countries. And this is history. You ain't got to believe me. Pick up any one of your history books. It will show you what this country has done to the rest of the world. Okay, we want everybody else to be like us. But we're not upstanding and without sin. We are the nation that kills its own, that takes from its native people, took our natives and put them, separated them, from everybody else, made the people who came and stole this country, forced the people who were already here to assimilate to them. The people who came here did not try to blend in and become a part of this fabric. No, they came here to conquer, to take over, to enslave. And that is what this experiment has always been. They have never deviated from it. This is why we are where we are. This is why we as Americans behave the way that we do. This is why the rest of the world calls us ugly Americans when we go overseas or when they watch us, what we do on their media. They're in awe saying, what is wrong with these people? Because we can't even see. We're so deep in this that we can't even see how bad of a system it is that we are existing under or within. Okay? All right. Denny wants to know, what causes racism? Does religion cause racism? Racism is a whole made up thing, giving people something to hate about somebody else. Racism has got to be the stupidest thing that humans do. We hate somebody for no other reason than the hue of their skin or the wave or fall of their hair is dissimilar from our own. Okay? Picking out differences, eye color, hair color, height, weight, accent. Do you walk with a limp? Racism, sexism, all these isms to separate us, to get us to dislike each other. Racism is the number one, it is the stupidest tradition that we keep. And we teach it. It's not learned, it is taught. You don't just come out of your mother's womb and automatically hate your neighbor. No, because little children, and I'm talking little babies, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old, before kindergarten, you could put a little baby, somebody that has not been corrupted, you could put 15 babies in a room together, and those babies ain't gonna have a problem with the other babies. Not because of skin color or hair color or weight or sex. No. Now they may have a problem if another one takes their toy or eats their cookie, but they're not gonna have a problem just sitting next to somebody who doesn't look like them. And I'm gonna throw Deanne Shield Maiden on this one because she said something that was wonderful about this topic, um, about racism and little kids. She said there were two little boys, two little boys who were school age boys, who one was black and one was white, but they called themselves twins, and they would dress and wear the same clothes. And people would ask them, well, what makes you twins? Because we look alike. Because they dressed, they wore the same little shirts. They may have coordinated their socks, maybe even their tennis shoes. But in their minds, they looked just like each other. And the only thing they did was put on the same shirt. But they were twins. In their mind, they looked just like each other. And it had nothing to do with what they actually looked like. It was what they felt like. So racism is it takes away from a person's being and relegates them into a thing, something to be hated, something to be feared. Racism is learned. It is not religion. Religion is also a learned thing because you are not born into any religion. You have to consciously accept whatever religion it is that you want to be in. Yeah, you can be born into a Jewish family, but that does not make you a Jewish religion until you consciously choose that for yourself. Okay? And I hope I'm not rambling. I hope I'm not rambling. So, religion doesn't cause racism. Hatred, short sightedness, and ignorance causes racism. And racism wouldn't exist. Um, Number one, if we could just learn how to love ourselves, racism wouldn't exist. Because if we could love ourselves, then there would be no reason to hate anybody else because we would have enough confidence in ourselves to not be trying to blame other people for what goes wrong in our lives. And that's what it's all about. That's where all this hate comes from, having someone to blame, having someone to point the finger at and say it's their fault that my life is messed up. It's their fault. If they didn't exist, maybe I could get that job. If it wasn't for them people, maybe I could live in that house. Yeah, racism is about somebody not having what somebody else has and then using whatever physical trait that they have to blame them for it. It's a worthless emotion. Just like anger and rage. It's a worthless emotion. Serves no purpose. Next question is, what is happening in the Ukraine and where is this leading the world? What is happening in the Ukraine? Okay, guys, y'all know I do not watch the news. So let's ask Taro. Taro, please tell us what is happening in the Ukraine. What I'm getting felt, what I'm feeling, the Ukraine is a failed experiment. It is failing. This war in Israel is to keep the pressure on because, like I keep telling y'all, all of this war and rumors of war has to be so that the elites can do what they're trying to do. Number one, to increase the cost of things, to make us suffer. So the war in Ukraine did not go Vlad's way. That was, in his own words, it was supposed to last, what, 2 weeks? Ukraine was supposed to fold. That never happened. We are almost at year two of the Ukraine war. Vlad did not win nothing. All he did was destroy. All he did was have all the eyes of the whole world on Russia. And then Russia and China and Brazil and everybody decided, okay, well, let's throw another monkey wrench in the game. And since the whole world is about to change its currency, we're gonna buck the system and create our own. All of this is related to each other. All of this stuff is being done to literally destabilize our planet. The stuff with BRICS and the money, the stuff with the United States and the money, the stuff with the EU and the money is all the same plan to get us who are not in government to suffer. Okay? They change the money. All your money that you have becomes worthless. Okay? These are the steps that are going to happen. Okay? This is not conjecture. This is what happens. When they say the dollar bill you can't use no more, you can only use the digital dollar. If you have $1 million bill sitting in your closet or buried in your yard, you have nothing now because that $1 million has overnight lost all value. When this happens, this is to cause panic and pain to the everyday individual person. And I'm trying to show you where the plans that these people are, that this is a plan that they are trying to roll out for us, okay? So understand that, okay? This light is giving me a weird thing on my face. Okay. All right. So the Ukraine is a lost experiment for Russia. They lost. That they were supposed to go in and literally just claim the Ukraine as their own. It is not going to happen. It is an unwinnable situation. Okay? The Ukraine will never belong to Russia. But the whole thing is this is all about destabilizing this planet. And they are going to do it with first thing with money, second thing with food and fuel, and then the third thing is going to be with our freedoms, freedoms, physical freedoms and liberties. Okay, when they start saying you can't go here, you can't move here, and that's like phase three, when they move us into our sectors and we're literally living in the Hunger Games, because that's where we're devolving to, guys. But the great thing about this is, if you are awake and you are not asleep and you are not vibrating down here in the tar, then that's not your future. Okay? The future that I just described are for those people who decide, who consciously decide to stay asleep. Because if you wake up, you'll be able to avoid those pitfalls. That's why they want people to stay asleep so that they can exact their plans over them, over the unconscious. Because if you're awake, you're going to see it coming and you're going to make plans to get out of the way. The only people who are going to be ran over and railroaded are the people who don't believe, who stay asleep, who refuse to wake up and decide to fight for themselves. All right, here we go. My next question is from Beautiful Girl, and this is about Travis King, the U.S. soldier who defected to North Korea. Beautiful Girl wants to know, how is Travis King doing? He's been returned to the United States. First thing I want to say, this boy is being railroaded. Travis King ran away from the United States military. He ran into North Korea to try to save himself. Okay? This boy is being railroaded. Somebody above him in rank has literally got him by the short and curlies, has this man is being scapegoated, okay? He is being scapegoated by his superiors. He's in the brig. He is be this guy, somebody with power has harmed him. He literally was running away to try to save his own self. That's why he ran into the lion's den. He just crossing the DMZ, he could have been killed. That was an act of desperation. That's the first thing that everybody needs to understand. Travis King ran across the the DMZ to try to save himself or to be killed in the process because he would rather die than have to go back and face what they were doing to him. Okay, and this is one person with power who has decided to ruin Travis King's life. Whew. There you go, beautiful girl. This man was running. There is somebody who has scapegoated him, made charges, made accusations against this man that are not true. Travis King was running away, literally running for his life. He ran, thinking that they would kill him before he got across, and that was the chance that he was willing to take. He would have rather died than stay where he was. Okay? There you go. Beautiful girl's next question is State Department official Josh Paul resigned over sending arms to Israel. Beautiful girl would like to know, what does the future hold for State Department official Josh Paul? And I did look this one up. He resigned over them sending a whole bunch of weapons over to Israel to use against, Gaza. Understand, the Israeli military is bolstered by the United States military. Gaza is a strip of land, not very big. You don't need 300, you don't need a whole bunch of stuff to destroy this little piece of land. And also, the people who are on this little piece of land are not the ones who attacked Israel. Understand that this war in Israel is to eliminate Gaza. Okay? The war in Israel is to eliminate Gaza, to make the Gaza Strip disappear so that all of that land, all of it, is only Israel's. Okay? This war is going to move to Iran because this war is about what Europe needs, what America needs. It's about microchips, about all that stuff. It's about taking from other folks again. more colonization. Understand what they're doing under the guise of war. And understand Hamas is not the Palestinians. Hamas is a gang of individual people who are doing bad things. It is not the Palestinian people, okay? And we have to differentiate the two. You can't just say, well, some of the gang members are Palestinian, so all of them are. But that's the exact justification that Israel is using to blow up innocent civilians. What universe creator spirit guides, what does fate hold for Josh Paul? What does fate hold for Josh Paul? Here we go. We got generosity. Josh Paul is going to be just fine. Him leaving his job that was him standing up for what he believes in. First card he's got is generosity. Gifts, generosity, charity, donations, money, community, assistance, support, employment, sharing, kindness, wealth, prosperity, power, authority, control, investors, giving and receiving gratitude, being valued and being well paid. The second card that he's got is the crossroads. This is when he decided to take that stand. Stalemate, truce, sitting on the fence, crossroads, difficult decisions, painful choices, stressful decisions, opposition, facing your fears, being torn between two relationships, and divided loyalty. And the final outcome for Josh Paul, he's got prosperity. He is going to be just fine. He's got a financial new beginning, new financial opportunities, new job, new business, money, investments, savings, prosperity, security, stability, abundance, and manifestation. Josh Paul is going to be just fine. He followed his conscience and he left a situation that he viscerally could not deal with, spiritually could not get behind. And he used his voice and even the loss of his own money to stand up for what he believed in. And the universe will reward him dearly for it. There you go, beautiful girl. My next question is from Hourglass Tarot. Hello, and thank you for this question. Hourglass Tarot asks, how can we influence for good on a national level? Excellent question, Hourglass Tarot. The first thing we can do is number one, stand in our authentic truth. Speak the truth. Stand in our truth. Defend the truth. To call out lies when we see them. To not give them a place to rest. The only way that we can change everything, the first thing we have to do is change our own mindset. Because remember, we can't change any other person except for ourselves. Now, remember that when we change ourselves, when we change our mindset, we change the world that we live in. So, by us doing what we are supposed to do, stopping, number one, the things that we have to stop doing is we have to stop giving credence to the ones who want to destroy our civilization. We have to stop giving our consciousness to evil people who only want to use our power against us. So when we learn how to be a sovereign individual, when we learn that we were put here to be a part of the whole, not to be a slave to some company or some other person, that we were here to experience a whole life. when we get out of the politics and we get out of the hatred and we get out of the colorism, then we can actually start to change our where we are into a good experience. But we have to change ourselves first. So, to change the world, we have to change ourselves. We have to stand, speak, exist in our truth. And I say our truth because you can only exist in your own truth. Okay? But the work you have to do is yours. You have to be discerning. You have to decide what is true for you. Okay? I hope that helps, Hourglass Tarot. I hope that helps. My next question is from Sharon Y. And Sharon Y wants me to discuss the interracial couple Jamie Perkins and Nikki Thought. It's a he said, said. These two people were I guess, a big internet couple with their children and everything, and then they broke up. And Sharon wants to know, and now they're pointing the finger at each one and saying, you cheated or you cheated. Sharon wants to know who cheated. So here we go. We are going to put James on the left and we're going to put Nikki on the right. One card, okay? Universe, creator, spirit guides, tarot. Who, which one of these people, Nikki, Thought, or, I gotta find his name, Jamie Perkins, what, which one of these was, which one of these people was the cause of the ending of this relation? I can't even ask that because it's like it's both of them were the cause of this relationship. So let me go ahead and just throw the cards down. One upside down and one right side up. Woo! I love tarot. And here it is. Y'all, tarot said it. Um, who cheated, Sharon? Nikki. Nikki cheated. Nikki cheated on Jamie and then tried to build up her whole defense and literally started tearing the relationship apart, trying to justify her actions. Now, Justin, he got a maybe inverted. All right. So if he's got the leaving, he's leaving, packing up the wife and kids and getting the heck out of Dodge. So for Jamie, Jamie's card reads trouble coming out of trouble, coming out of the frying pan into the fire. So um he is having a real hard time. Lack of progress. He's having a hard time moving forward, but he um I think he's got the kids. She no, he doesn't have the kids. He gets the kids. She cheated and then turned into a monster trying to justify and point the finger at him and say this was your fault too. And not being mean against the woman, but if her last name is Thought, Thot, y'all, in today's culture, a thought is a hoe, okay? A garden tool. There you go. All right, Sharon, I hope that helped. Sharon's next question is about her work life. Sharon says, my supervisor, L, said that her supervisor, who is the big boss, who is SW, told her that it was okay to only work 2 days a week in the office and could work 3 days from home. The supervisor, L, told Sharon that she would be able to do the same. Now that, but now that she's requested that time off, she's heard nothing for 3 weeks. Is her supervisor, is it her supervisor or the big boss who won't request who won't approve my request. So to work 2 days in the office and 3 days from home. Here we go. So we're going to put L for the supervisor on the left to see if it's L who is not being supportive. SW on the right if it is the big boss who is not down with this. Universe, creator, spirit guide. Is L the supervisor? Is she the one who is stopping Sharon from being able to work from home? Got a yes on that one, Sharon. And you got an inspiration for L. It says, new beginnings, good news, physically starting something new, creative spark, initiative, finding new passion, enthusiasm, urgency, accepting a challenge, potential talent, growth, action, travel, excitement, and getting in the game. For your boss, oh, it's both of them. Okay, so Sharon, um, it's both of them. It is both of them. So I feel like your supervisor L may have spoken kind of out of turn, maybe told you something that she got. It was a little give me from her boss, but it wasn't supposed to be for everybody, and she kind of gave you the thinking that, oh, maybe everybody could do it, which was not the case. That was something that SW had given to her, some type of, I want to kind of say, a little greasing of the palms, a little perk to her job, but that was for her. It wasn't for her to be giving away to anybody else. So she spoke out of turn. He is not in agreement with it. He gave that to her for whatever reason they got going on, their little quid pro quo or whatever. That was her little that was supposed to be a good thing for her, but it wasn't for everybody. Okay. And when she offered it to you, the big boss was like, no, I never told you you could do that. And there's where your problems are, Sharon. I hope that helps. My next question: dozens of states are suing Meta, which is Facebook, for harm to children, and about being addicting, having addicting features that is causing mental health issues for young people, for children and young adults. Sharon wants to know, is someone trying to destroy Facebook or Meta? And this is me before I go to tarot. No. I mean, yes, a whole bunch of people want Facebook to fail, but this isn't to get Facebook to fail. This is a real problem. This is something that has been discussed for years and years and years about how Facebook is harming children. And Meta now with those lenses that you put over your eyes, people are so uh, immersed, completely immersed in a fantasy life, a fantasy reality. This is a dangerous, dangerous thing. Y'all, them Oculus lenses, those games that you are immersing yourself in, you blur reality, it is messing with your consciousness. I need to just tell y'all that this. You want to talk about some deep, intrinsic brainwashing that is going on? When you put those Oculus lenses right in front of your eyes, all that information that you can't see that is going by so fast is getting downloaded, programmed into your brain, into your children's brain, into your grandchildren's brain. This game is not a real game. Okay? The game is that they got us human beings to voluntarily put that thing on their face and subject themselves to a whole plethora of programming and mind control. Okay? But let's go ahead and ask this question about, is anybody trying to shut down Facebook? Universe, creator, spirit guides, yes or no? Is somebody intentionally trying to shut down the company known as Meta? Yes, with enthusiasm. But the answer is yes. So, yeah, um, somebody is actually trying to shut down Facebook. And if it happens, it's probably be a blessing to the whole world. All right. My next question is about Joseph Emerson, the pilot. Oh my goodness. Joseph Emerson, a off-duty pilot who was high on mushrooms and hadn't had no sleep in 2 days, tried to cut the engines off on an airplane mid-flight. He is facing 83 counts of attempted murder. The question is, was Joseph Joseph Emerson, was he trying to commit suicide, or what? Universe, creator, spirit guides, yes or no? Was Joseph Joseph Emerson trying to kill people on that flight? Was that an attempted, was he trying to commit suicide with all those people on the plane? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. And he got the strength card. What he wanted to happen, he wanted to cause a massive accident. Yes, yes. He can blame the mushrooms and everything all he wants to. Yes, that was what his intent was to do. He wanted that plane to crash. He wanted to kill himself and everybody in it, because he didn't just try to cut the engines; he tried to open the door too. So yes, he that was premeditated. He wanted the drugs was just an excuse, try to justify. No, he that was an act of attempted suicide and attempted murder. Okay, there you go. My next question is from J Real One, and J Real One wants to know: will Jada and Will Smith be get back together? And I am so sorry if this is a Taylor Swift song, because I am not a Swiftie and I don't want to be associated with that group. But what is going through my head is, we will never, never, never get back together. So, J Real One, I am feeling that Jada and Will's relationship has been irrevocably fractured. They will remain friendly. They will remain friends. But as far as them being lovers, no. That relationship has been over for a very long time. Here we go. That relationship has been over for a very long time. I do not see Will and Jada getting back together at all. There's that humiliation, the lies, doing stuff for the red table. And now Jada is walking away, reaping all the benefits of Will sabotaging his career. But Will didn't sabotage his career. Guys, everything that you saw when that slap heard round the world, um, I found a clip, and I wish I would have saved it because I can't even remember who the two actors were. But this was done a long time ago. Two black men, same exact scenario. You could almost lay it on top, frame by frame, and it would match up. But it was two different black men, almost the same situation, where one got up, walked across the dais, and slapped the other one. That was a whole scripted moment. That's why the cops didn't come. That's why Will Smith didn't get thrown in jail that night from assaulting a host on a show on live TV. So when it comes to the television, just remember that television tell lies vision. It's telling lies to your eyes. Okay? So when you're watching the television, you are being deceived. And that show was deceiving you. And everything that happened after that should have let you know that you were being deceived. Because you tell me what black man that walks across the stage on the biggest white show on television and assaults another person, that they wouldn't take that opportunity to drag one of America's most beloved black actors, drag him out of the building in handcuffs? You think they would have missed that opportunity to humiliate Will Smith in that way? He won an award that night, got back up on the stage and accepted it. Remember the whole thing now. Remember the whole thing. And then you can see that that whole thing was a whole sketch. And now everything that's coming out afterwards, because the affair that Jada had with her child's friend, with a child, okay, someone young enough to be her own child. And she is now writing a book and is on a book tour. Don't be deceived, y'all. Will and Jada ain't getting back together. They ain't gonna leave each other either. They're profitable together. And this is the next distraction. Okay? They ain't been a couple in a long time. They ain't gonna be a couple. I don't they probably, even though they're amicable with each other, that's what it is. They respect each other. But this is a game. Will did his, that was his, he got embarrassed. He is now a part of the Illuminati, y'all. Was he in a dress recently? He got humiliated. He got taken down a peg so that he can claim his role in the whole Illuminati. Okay? Just understand. Be discerning about what you see on television, and take the whole context into consideration. And that was that. Everybody who watched that should have known that it was fake. Because anybody who went and hit somebody that hard would have been, the cops would have had a field day tackling Will Smith to the ground and putting him in handcuffs. Think about it. Just think about it. This is America. Just think about it. All right. My next question is from Nancy Vasquez. Nancy wants to know, how will my career go for the next year? Universe, Creator, Spirit, Guides, please answer this question for Nancy. How will Nancy's career go over the next year? Here we go. You get the world, Nancy. You get the world, and it has a message on it for you as well. It says, what I've been working for is already done. This is the card that you drew. You get success, achievement, accomplishment, travel, completion, fulfillment, sense of belonging, and wholeness. There you go, Nancy. The rest of your career for the rest of the year is going to be successful, and you will make achievements and have many accomplishments. There you go. My next question is from Marshall D. Marshall says, my baby bro has been waiting on his Social Security disability for 3 years. Will he get it soon? Universe, Creator, Spirit, Guides. Will Marshall D's little brother receive the, hold on. Will Marshall D's little brother receive his, this one keeps, I think it's the same card. It keeps flipping over in my hand. If it does it again, I'm just going to throw it down. And then 4 of them flipped over. There we go. Cards are messing with me today, y'all. Here we go. Yes or no, Tara? Will Marshall's little brother receive his disability Social Security in the near future? Here we go. Oh, goodness gracious. It's been 3 years, Marshall. Unfortunately, it's going to be a little longer. Tara has answered no. So I don't know what's going on, but no, no, he's not gonna get it. Okay. Whew, I hate when, especially about Social Security. I hate that. But no, Tara says no. My next question is, oh, it's not a question. This is a statement from Spirits Beyond the Stars. Spirits Beyond the Stars, if you are a grower and a composter, if you compost at home, if you garden at home, if you are starting any of, if you're growing inside and you need good soil, Spirits Beyond the Stars says that she is going to buy a Lumi food composter. Costs $499.99. It is you put it on the top of your countertop, and you just throw all your scraps of food in it. And this Lumi turns your scraps of food into soil for your potting soil for your gardening your plants. Um, and you can it's supposed to do a whole lot. So Spirits Beyond the Stars wanted me to let y'all know that this is a great product. It's called the Lumi Food Composter, and if you are growing, that it can help you uh, compost and create nutrient rich soil for you to grow your fruits and vegetables with. All right, thank you, spirits, for that. My next question is from Chase Z. Chase wants to know, how will the Colorado case to remove Donnie Duck Truck from the ballot, how will it go? Universe creators, spirit guides, how will Colorado's lawsuit to remove 45 from the ballot, how will it go? Will Colorado be successful in keeping Donnie Dump Trump off the ballot? Yes or no? Yes. Colorado is going to be successful in keeping an insurrectionist off of the ballot. That is a huge yes. There you go, Chase. He ain't going to be able to run for president in Colorado. My last question is from Beautiful Girl. Here we go. Beautiful Girl asks, the the Boeing 737 airplane continues to have delays and quality failure issues. Will the Boeing 737 be a safe? Will it be safe when they're delivered to the airlines? Will the Boeing 737 planes be safe aeronautical travel? Yes, beautiful girl. By the time they're delivered, they will be safe. My last question. Let me see, I have to get my glasses. And this is an interesting one. I haven't heard about this, but I guess there's some type of disease that is in Panama. It's called the Panama disease, that is affecting bananas. A beautiful girl wants to know, will the Panama disease affect the bananas, the banana harvest? Will the Panama disease affect the world's banana harvest? Yes or no? Yes. And we got foresight. This is coming, y'all. So whatever this is, if this is a plant disease, yeah, it's gonna wreak some havoc on bananas. There you go. There you go. And it's moving around too. So this Panama disease is a mobile one. It's going to affect agriculture. There you go, guys. That was my reading for today. All right. Again, if you would like a reading with me, Psychic Tanya 9 at gmail.com. Okay? Sachets, room sprays, whatever you need. Magic from me, Psychic Tanya 9 at gmail.com. All right. The weather for the rest of this week. Guys, there is a big old storm. If it ain't already on the East Coast, it will be there probably by this afternoon, if not tomorrow. So, y'all be prepared for a whole bunch of weather, okay? Be prepared. I'm talking wind, I'm talking rain, I'm talking cold. Um, and by Halloween, by Tuesday, it's going the temperature's gonna change, y'all. We're gonna have a little decided drop off in our temperature over the next couple of days. So prepare yourself for that. But there is a giant storm, and it's closer. It's more to the top of the United States, going east than it is for the lower part. So y'all in Florida and in the South, you guys are going to be okay. You're going to get wet. There is going to be some rain because you got a whole lot of stuff going on in the Gulf of Mexico again. So there's a lot of energy down there, but it's not going to be, number one, it's not going to be cold. And it's not going to be as severe as what's coming across the top of the United States. So y'all up here, Ohio, from Maine all the way down to Pennsylvania. Y'all just be ready for these storms that's gonna be just coming through. It's gonna be like traffic, just rainstorms just coming through, and then they'll break, and then there'll be some more. So y'all be prepared to be wet. Um, Over here where I am, up and down the coast, this rainstorm that I keep seeing still has not manifested. I do feel that we're going to have a change in our weather over here, though. So the temperature is going to drop, not too much, but it is going to be a little colder than we're used to. For a little bit longer into the day. So it's not going to be just cold mornings and then great afternoons. We're going to have some cold mornings and some cold afternoons to where us over here that wear flip flops for 12 months out of the year are going to have to put socks on. Okay? It's going to get a little chilly. So, with that said, listen to your meteorologist. Um, I don't have anything on the sun right now, but it's turning. And what's coming, we need to be prepared for. That's coming around Friday. And when we come into the full moon, guys, there is a big chance for flooding, earthquakes, land movement with this eclipse. Prepare. This is a war fighting. Ooh, it's like aggressive moon. So make sure that you're taking your best self with you and all your faculties to be calm because over the weekend, just the position of the moon and the forces that be can cause a whole lot of anger and violence. Okay, so the chances of there being something with the war in Israel or the war in Ukraine, something big popping off or something big happening, like a terrorist attack or a giant bad thing happening, could very well happen Friday night into Saturday night. So just be aware of your surroundings. Take your best self with you. Um, and just be aware that road rage and just anger is going to be heightened over this weekend. Be mindful of that. Mind your words. Listen more than you speak. All right? To avoid conflict and confusion. All right? Just be aware that there's a high propensity for violence on a grand scale over during this lunar eclipse. All right? All right. If you are still here, and let's go ahead and prepare for the Reiki prayer. All right? Go ahead and take a deep cleansing breath in. Hold it at the top. Exhale. Let go of all things that don't serve you. Here we go, y'all. Just for today, I let go of anger. I let go of worry. I am grateful. I work on myself, and I am kind to all living things. I love you. I love you. I love you. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Namaste, y'all. Bye bye.